Questions 7 to 10 for the moving company conversation are multiple choice questions. Let's look at each one of those. So this passage, again, is one that would fit in the first section, part 1 of the listening test. And what they're testing you on most of these is simple knowledge of vocabulary that they want you to hear in the passage. So let's look here first at number 7. It says, the woman describes her piano as being. Okay, we have to find the adjective that she uses. The correct answer for number 7 is small. And we get that from this part when the woman says,
I'm not sure what style it is, but it is quite small, for a piano.
Okay, so directly, not even a paraphrase. She says it's quite small. And so B is the most direct answer there. Now, if you were listening closely, she does say later, just a couple words later, that the hallway in her apartment is narrow. Okay, so that word does appear in the passage, but she is not describing her piano as being narrow. She's describing the hallway. Also, for letter A, that's also incorrect. She never says it's special or unique in any way. She does say she's not quite sure what style it is, but that doesn't mean that it's special or unique in any way. Okay, so the best answer, the most direct answer taken from what she says is that the piano is small. All right, now we have to listen in number 8 for details about the woman's current apartment. Okay, so that's the place where she lives now and the new address where she's moving. And we're trying to listen for something that they share. And if you look down through the answers, you know we're going to have to listen for whether or not they have steps, whether they're at the bottom level of her building, or whether they don't allow pianos. The answer, hopefully you caught, is again letter B, where it says in the passage that both are on the bottom level of the building. Let's listen to that here.
No, I remember there were 4 movers and no special equipment. They just lifted it in. I live on the ground floor with no steps leading to my place.
I see. It may be okay then. That's great that there are no steps at your current address. Are there steps we would need to climb at your new place?
Maybe just 1 or 2. I don't remember, to be honest, but my new place is also on the ground floor.
All right. So knowing that the ground floor is the same as the bottom level is the clue for getting this. She says directly at the top of the middle of your screen, the top of where the passage is, a transcript is on this slide here, that she lives on the ground floor. Then at the bottom there, the second underlined part, it says, but my new place is also on the ground floor. All right, so both are on the bottom level. Now, A could be tempting for this, may have some steps if you didn't catch the top part, where she says, with no steps leading to my place. Later, she says maybe there are 1 or 2 steps at her new place. She doesn't remember. She hasn't moved there yet, so she doesn't have that memorized. But she says definitely before that there are no steps at her current address. So that's why A doesn't work. C also doesn't work. Obviously, she's been talking about how she needs to move her piano. So the fact that the new place would not allow pianos does not make sense with what she's discussing here. So for number 8, the best answer is definitely B. All right, number 9. The customer service representative says that the move with the piano will cost what? Okay, so he calculates and gives her some numbers. He also tells her what it would cost if she does not include the piano with the quote. But with the piano, he says this.
Okay, it will be about $575 for your move.
Okay, an easy question, I hope, for you. Just a typical part 1 question where they want to see if you can hear those numbers that are stated. Okay, so the best answer there is $575. All right, the last one. The customer service representative instructed the woman to send her a photo and what? So the answer comes here where he says this.
Let's do this. Please take a picture of the piano. Send it to me along with the basic measurements, that is, the height, width, and depth of the piano. Send it all to me in an email.
All right, so he instructs her to send the size of the piano. All right, he tells her to send the height, width, and depth. That's the size. He says nothing about the weight, doesn't need to know how much it weighs, and he doesn't need to know the type. The type would be what style or what kind, maybe the manufacturer or the maker of the piano. He says nothing about that for B, and as we said before, nothing about how much the piano weighs for C. All he needs to know are the dimensions, the size, the height, width, and depth. So A is your best answer for number 10. All right, those were the multiple choice questions for this conversation about the moving company.